interviewing Carol Ewan, who has agreed to be questioned about her experience from moving from Canada to America. Can you please state your name and the date, please?
My full name is Carol Ann Ewan. I was born with the family name of Perkins. When I got married, I changed my name to Ewan.
Where?
I moved to the United States in 1987, which is 38 years ago. So I was born in 1952.
And when did Grandpa move from Germany?
Grandpa was born in Berlin, Germany in 1949 and moved to Canada in 1955.
Did both
his
of you...
His father came over first, got a job, and then Grandpa and his mom came over on a ship.
Did both of you move together, or did you meet in the U.S., not in Canada?
Grandpa and I?
Yeah.
Grandpa and I both met at work.
In Canada, or was it
in Montreal? And we got married in 1976 in Canada, and we moved to the United States in 1987 when Grandpa got offered a job from the same company that he worked for.
And I know that a lot of people in Canada speak French. Did you get to learn any French while you lived there?
That's not quite true. People in Quebec speak French. Quebec is primarily a French province, although the federal government does services in both languages. The other 9 provinces do not speak French. It is only in Quebec, where everything is French. The road signs, store signs, everything is in French. And, believe it or not, they have an office in the provincial. Canada has provinces, not states. It's a provincial, and it's called the Office de la Langue Française, and we call it the French police. And they check and make sure that all of the signs and people in stores are speaking French.
So, could they arrest you or give you
I don't think they could arrest you, but they would certainly fine you.
Wow. That's crazy.
I don't know. I know. So even if you're English and you were working in an office, you had to speak French to anybody else in the office.
Yeah. So even if you were visiting, you would have had.
Well,
to
if you're visiting,
French.
then you really don't speak French. But if you live in Quebec and work in Quebec, then you were supposed to be speaking French all the time.
Yeah. And while you lived in Canada, did you ever get to cross the border and visit U.S. before you officially moved?
We crossed the border all the time. It's 40 miles, which is like half an hour
to
the border. We used to do a lot of camping with your father and your aunt into Vermont and New York in a lot of state parks. And and Lake Champlain is a very big lake in Vermont on one side, New York on the other. And we did a lot of camping there.
Yeah. Did you ever get to visit or go to Massachusetts before you moved there?
Excellent question. I don't think so. It's probably one of the few states that we didn't go to. We went to Florida quite a bit because your great-grandmother had a condo in Florida. So we would visit her, and if Grandpa had to do a business trip, we would all go with him. because he worked for an international company, so the trips were usually in the States somewhere. So we've done quite a few states, but not Massachusetts.
And when you go and visit up in Canada, who do you go and visit, and where do you go visit?
When I go to Montreal, I have one sister, Janet. I have two brothers, Bill and Jimmy, in Montreal, and I have a sister in Vancouver, which is on the other side of Canada, who I visit. So I have two brothers and two sisters still in Canada.
Yeah. And when you moved, did you move like from Canada and search for like a better paying job or something about the economy?
Well, this Quebec, politically, Quebec always talks about separating from Canada, wants to be its own country, which is always very, very stressful. So when Grandpa got the job offer from a company that he worked for in Canada, bought a company down in Massachusetts, they wanted their employee to be here. And that's how we ended up in Massachusetts.
Oh.
So it was a job transfer.
Yeah. And how does the currency compare? Like, what is...
Well, if you go to any other country, you have to get their currency.
Do you have to exchange them, like US dollars for Canadian?
Yes, you do. If you went to England, you would have to change to euros anywhere. So, yes. So, but again, you just take your ATM card, go to the ATM in Canada, and what comes out is Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
And when COVID happened, were you in the US or still in Canada?
Oh, no, we were in the U.S., thank goodness. But Montreal went into a total lockdown.
Yeah.
You did not leave your house. They were so strict about it. People worked from home. You didn't go grocery shopping. Nothing. You had to stay home so they could try and beat this COVID thing. They said my sister said it was very difficult because you were total lockdown.
Yeah. Did she, since like your siblings, did Janet ever get to visit any like the rest of your siblings since they live in Canada during COVID? Like, since
No, you couldn't even cross the border.
My goodness.
You could not get into Canada. And I don't think you could get into the States either during COVID. But you couldn't get in your car and drive to Canada. The borders were closed.
That's crazy. How did you like keep in touch? Did you like call and
well, same as this. Call, FaceTime, emails, text messages. You just keep in touch that way.
Yeah.
It was, yes.
How many times like a year do you go up and visit Canada or like visit your siblings and family?
Let's see. Well, I go to Montreal maybe once a year, but my siblings come down here and visit. Everybody was just down this year. My brother and my sister came to visit. And we keep in touch that way.
Yeah. And did you ever end up getting your citizenship?
What citizenship?
Like when you had to cross the border since you were like an immigrant from another country.
Yes. Whereas Grandpa has German citizenship, then he got Canadian citizenship, and now he has American citizenship. I have Canadian, same as your dad, because he was born there, and now we have U.S. citizenship.
So did you have to like, I don't know how to explain, did you have to like trade in your citizenships or did you just like, I don't know how to explain.
I believe the law says you can keep two, You can keep multiple citizenships, but when we took our citizenship oath, we had to renege any other citizenship.
Mm.
So yes, we have U.S. citizenship only,
Yeah. Well, that's like.
and we had to have a lawyer.
To get your citizenship?
We had an immigration lawyer, because you can't just walk in and say you want to be a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So the company got us an immigration lawyer to say that Grandpa was needed to do this particular job.
Mm-hmm.
And when that got approved through the government, then we got U.S. citizenship. But it took years.
Yeah. How long did it take?
I want to say 4 years, 5 years before we got citizenship.
So you.
We had what's called a green card,
Mm-hmm.
although it's really pink. And the green card proved that we were legal residents.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, legal alien residents.
Yeah.
Until we got citizenship. But now we're naturalized, meaning not born here, citizens.
Yeah.
Where you are a born citizen.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all the questions that I have for you. But thank you so much for letting me interview you.
You are more than welcome, my dear. Hope you do well in your project.
Thank you.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.